Alright, so we're going to do a setup video today. This is my setup. I'm going to go over, I've got a few little kind of nickety-knack modifications to my stand and stuff I'm going to show you all today. This is actually, this little pack system's kind of new. This is the Latitude pack system. I've had a little pack frame zip tied to mine the past couple years and just wanted to try something a little bit lighter to see if I like it or not. But this is actually brand new, never even hunted with it yet. It's got some molly right there. You can put little pockets. I'll show y'all this later. This is kind of a neat deal and can be handy. I'll go through that later. So this is my harness. I use the dried killdeer. So it's pretty simple. I've got Latitude pouches on here. My lineman's belt's tied to this side. I've got my loops right here. I'll show that in a minute. Also got a Hawk bow hanger right here tied on with some D-loop material. I'm running the Lone Wolf Custom Gear .75, which I have a bow holder on here, but if you're hunting in forked trees that got a lot of limbs and stuff on them, sometimes when you get your stand set up, you know, you may have a limb kind of blocking to where your bow's gonna sit. So I always have this on my belt right here if I need it. It's there. I don't have to dig for it. It's just sitting there hanging on my harness like that, which is pretty handy. Got the Night Eyes loot or binder, S-binder right here on the back. That's what I hang my stand from as I'm climbing up the tree. So get into this. So this is the .75. I used to have like tape around it to kind of keep it quiet. I ended up taking the time to do paracord, and 100% like the paracord better than taping it. It does take a little bit of time to do, but it's on there basically forever. Any kind of tape, stealth strips, or whatever you put in, over time it's going to get rubbed off and tore up, and you're going to want to redo it, and it is a nightmare getting that stuff off. You got to put Goo Gone on it and scrub on it to get it off. It's pretty big pain. So this is the little, I saw this last year or earlier this year actually, this little strap right here. Some people may have seen these on social media. It's called a roller cam buckle. I was using the Night Eyes cam strap, which they work pretty good, but it is plastic and I have broke one before. These are actually metal, fully metal. It's got a little roller bearing in there, if you want to call it that, and this is actually just 550 cord. So if you ever tear it up or something, all you got to do is just take you a piece of 550 cord, run it up in there, and they're good. So should last forever. Alright, backpack. This is actually kind of a new pack for this year. It's a Kafaru Shape Charge. I used a Alibaba $35 backpack last year, and that thing, if it had a little bit of rigidness to it and a little bit of structure, would be the best backpack for mobile whitetail hunting ever. I just love the pockets on it, but anyways, I'm just using this bag for this year. I can keep my camera stuff in here. Camera base, camera arm, these pockets are pretty big on it. I'm not going to really go into the pack very much, but because people just use whatever pack they want to. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. I'll show y'all how I do this. So, now this killdeer harness does come with leg straps. I don't use them. I just don't use them. It's probably safer to use them, but I don't. I've never fallen. Not to say it won't ever happen, but I don't like anything around my legs. I just feel pretty restricted like that. So, all right, these are new. These are the Lone Wolf Custom Gear micro doubles. I had the compact doubles last year that really kind of go really nice with this stand. They got these little J hooks on there, and when you get them tight, they're on there. So I just want to try these this year. These are a 14-inch stick, and I'll show you how I got them basically rigged up with my harness. So I've got a paracord loop right here. I have these on here. You could use that on a shorter, if I wanted a shorter loop around there. All this is D-loop material. Just tie 2 slip knots together to pull it tight. But I actually really like this, so I just basically just run this through here like that and hook it right over one of the prongs. So it's very simple, easy. I'm not having to fool with any clips or anything like that. It just slips off just like that. So I'm running 3 sticks with a 3-step aider. Alright, now this bag up under my mesh seat right here is from Backwoods Mobile Gear. Colin told me about this. Go figure, the old gear junkie. But I keep my straps for my sticks in there. My aider. This is the Backwoods Mobile Gear GC1, which is, I guess it's made for the tethered stick. I'll show you how that works, but that stays in there. It's right here where I need it. One little kind of modification that I have on my stand that I really like, I did last year, is that's a flange bolt. It's about 2 inches, I think. I'm guessing 2.5 inches. Basically took a drill and drilled it right in the side right here. I've got one on either side. It sticks out a little bit. Put a little bit of heat shrink on it and wrapped hockey tape around it. And I can hang, my binos or a grunt call or whatever, so it's just right there. And that being a flange bolt right there, it's just enough so like when you pick your seat up, it's not going to slip off. So don't use a standard bolt. Get a flange bolt or something even more substantial than that. I mean, there's probably something else. I just went to Ace Hardware and got the flange bolt and put it in there. It works really good. Just make sure only thing you really got to pay attention to is when you drill it, just make sure your drill's pretty straight. Otherwise, your flange bolt may be cocked a little bit and it may want to slide off. So I'm going to go over here to a tree real quick. I'm not going to climb all the way up the tree, but I'm going to get on this tree with one stick, put my aider on it, climb up, and set my stand. And I'll just measure down. And, with 2 other sticks, I can get around 20 feet with 3 14-inch sticks in this aider. So I don't ever hunt that high, but if I need to, I can. So this is some little pin. I saw this online and I used it a couple of times last year, and it's actually pretty neat. This is kind of unique to the Lone Wolf Custom Gear stand. So if you're going in to hunt somewhere and you really don't know what tree you want to get in per se, what this thing is made for is you adjust, get this set right, and what this does is this pin, there's a hole in the bottom of this stand right here. I don't have it quite right. Right here, you take this little pin and you can slide it in. It slides in just like that. And what it does is it locks the platform or locks the seat. So if you're going somewhere and you find out like, well, maybe I want to just hunt on the ground. So you can fold this out and essentially sit on this, just on the ground, just like this. So it's pretty nice. It's not ideal, but if you're going in to hunt somewhere, you're like, man, I want want to hunt in the tree and you get in there and there's not a tree to hunt, you can sit on the ground like this. All right, so we're over here at the tree. I'm gonna put a stick on the tree, climb up one stick high, and I'll hang my stand real quick and just show y'all kind of. I'm gonna do it kind of slow so I can talk and do it at the same time. But essentially, take your sticks off. If I was hanging all of them, I would hang my sticks one on each side. That's why you use 3 sticks instead of more, because they're gonna be rattling around. But take a stick, I'll get my straps ready. Aider. Now, one thing that's been, you can see this on the, this isn't like my idea, this is how Lone Wolf designed these. There's a tab right there, and that's used for wear. Now these things, yeah, they're worn out. These are from I used these all last year, so on a different set of sticks, and I'm still using them until they get to where they scare me. But to hook these up, this tab goes over, so it helps for wear on these sticks. It goes under that, so you essentially can put this. I can put this dang near as high as I can reach with a 3-step aider. I'm just gonna do it about right here. I'll get it started like this. Like that. Okay. This isn't the best tree to do this on, but and then all you do is basically figure 8 this around the tabs a few times. You don't have to do it a lot. Loop it, pull it tight, seat it. All right, you can take this aider, and I still really haven't quite decided if I want to do cable aiders or not instead of this. This is my first time really using a movable aider, but you see I'm dang near 6 feet right here, so this is, call it 7 foot roughly. I could probably actually, if this trunk wasn't a little funky, I could actually get this thing another 6-8 inches higher pretty easy. So this is the GC1. You basically hang this on the stick right here, just like this, and you hang it on the top because when you get up on here, you can take it off. If you have it on the bottom, yeah, you can get higher, but when you climb up, it's gonna be a pain to get off your bottom. So this has to be on top, or I think that's what makes logical sense. So just gonna pretend I've got my sticks and we're climbing up the tree as normal, but take that, I got a paracord loop right there. This is how I do it. Now, you can go up, I can put the stand on my back and climb up the tree, leave my bag on the ground. Normally, I have my backpack on my back, stand hanging right here. This is how I climb up the tree. I just don't like having to come back down the tree and get my bag or whatever. So it is kind of awkward getting used to having something hanging from your back like this, but this is just how I do it. It doesn't bother me at all anymore. Used to, but it doesn't anymore. So, and you see how much more room I have with this aider. I mean, I could go up another pretty good bit and still comfortably get into the aider. It's about knee height right now. So climb up, get it in the good portion of your foot right in front of your heel. Tighten up. Just like that. Come up. Alright, now I gotta get, I'm gonna go ahead and go around this limb right here. I actually go around 2 limbs because I'm a little bit higher than I was expecting to be. This side. Yeah, just facing you. So, hand me the tape measure real quick. Alright, so if I was wanting to hang another stick, essentially, what I could do is take my aider off right here, easily reach down and grab it, and stand. Once I take the aider off, could hang it on my harness right here. Got a little loop I could hang it from. I could come up to here, and essentially my next stick could be right here. You could call it 7 foot. If you want to call it, I could call it 7 foot. We can call this the ground, like I was on the ground. I'm not going to take it off. I'm just going to stand up. I could call it 7 foot from right here. So, somewhere right in here. So, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hang my stand right here and measure down. Show you another little trick too about my tree stand strap that I have on mine that makes it easy getting it off the tree. So you can hook it up really either way. You can have the buckle on that side or this side, it really doesn't matter. Colin's a little bit more finesse about this than I am, but I'm not too particular about it. Get it like that. Got the buckle on this side, which is typically what I do. Get it adjusted right. Alright, got it cinched pretty good. Pick it up. Cinch it good. Push down on it. Get it kind of seated a little bit. Just like that. Fold her down. Climb up. And just stand. Toe cam it. Little bite. That's it. It's not going anywhere. So, now this is kind of the important part. I'm going to do some measuring, okay? So, if I separate all of the sticks the same, I've got 2 more sticks down there on the ground. So, from the ground right there, I'm at right around 7 foot to the top of the stick. So, I'm 1 foot right there. I can go higher. I can absolutely go higher than that because I was on my bottom stick when I put my stand up. You can stand on your top and get you another 1.5 feet easy. So, let's call it 7 foot to the stand. So I've got 3 sticks. So add 7, add another 7 foot, that's 14, add another 7 foot, that is 21 feet of stick height that I can go using my aider all 3 times. So what I did when I first tried this setup is I only used the aider on the first 2, put my stand up and kind of maximize my height, and I was at 18 feet. So standing up with 1 stick right here to my seat, right now, I'm at 9.5 feet right here. So you can kind of see how ridiculously high you can get in a tree with 3 sticks and a movable aider if you want to go that route. So for me, most of the time I'm hunting 14 to 16 feet. So technically I could just use the 8er on the bottom. I don't even need it for the second stick for the height that I normally hunt. A lot of the trees that I hunt in out here, if you get any higher than that, you get up into the canopy and you have virtually no shot other than what's 8 to 10 yards in front of you. So one thing I have on my strap, this makes it pretty easy to get your strap off the tree. I've got a little D-loop tag tied on here. So when you're getting it off the tree, pick it up, it's obviously loose. Alright, so you'll take your buckle side off first because you put that on last, right? And sometimes this is kind of a pain to get off of, but I got that tab on here because it kind of gives you something to grab. How's that? Oh, it's around that button. Oh. So it kind of gives you something to grab to easily get that strap off rather than trying to dig your finger in and around that strap right there. So gives you something good to hang on. Pull it off. You can throw it on the ground or whatever. Normally what I do with mine is just roll it up and put it back in my pouch so I don't have to mess with it when I get on the ground. And the tree stand strap, if you run pouches, which a lot of people do on your harness or whatever, if you're mobile hunting, I always put my tree stand strap in the same pouch as my lineman's belt, not in my tether. Just the sequence of getting up in the tree and when you're unpacking and all that, that's just where it fits well. I don't have to dig around in my pouch. That's the only thing left in my pouch when I'm getting it out. But yeah, that's just kind of a simple cut and dry setup video. If somebody wants to see us actually climb up a whole tree, I can do that, but we're kind of short for time today because we got alligators to skin this morning. So alright, that concludes pack video. Hope this helps some people, you know, looking at setups or whatever. Y'all can comment if you want to see something else. If you want to see us climb up a tree to full height with a tape measure, we can do that. Just let us know in the comments. Thanks.